So Warhammer 40k's most famous player has finally got round to showing off some of his handiwork. Henry Cavill uploaded this short video of an Adeptus Custodian guard to his Instagram around about a day ago. It's always pretty cool when someone from the real world outside of our little hobby bubble actually brings Warhammer 40k to the masses, and he can't really do much better than that than post it to an Instagram page of 20 million odd followers. According to his post, which I'll link below, Mr. Cavill's custodians have been through quite a few test models to get to this point, and it's all very modest in the post that he's showing off, saying it's not amazing and the camera hides a lot of mistakes, but I think it seems like pretty nicely executed gold armour to me. I think perhaps my favourite bit is the contrast between the more deeper gold armour and the slightly more silvery embossed details. Makes the whole thing just look a little bit more nuanced than just literally having gold armour and throwing over a brown wash on it. Obviously it's very much a work in progress shot. The Guardian Spear's not finished and it's missing its head. Maybe that's been set aside for a bit of airbrushing perhaps. And the Custodian's colour scheme is very much a classic one, apparently drawing upon the artwork of Adrian Smith. He's the gentleman behind the artwork on the top left, the one with the Emperor facing down Horus with Primarch Sanguinius slain at his feet. Perhaps one of the most important art pieces in all of 40k. It's not all that often that you see detailed renditions of the Emperor before he was wired into the Golden Throne. In the post he said that for those of us that care, the Custodian will be armed with an Adrasite spear. I guess as 40k nerds, we're the ones that care. And I did find it kind of hilarious that he used the hashtag Adrasite on Instagram, not exactly one of Instagram's most popular ones. I think it had been used about 8 times before now there's 48 posts reposting his. Adrasite spears are the fancy Forge World ones from the resin upgrade pack, and they have a completely different rule setting game to the standard Custodian guards in Warhammer 40k. Adrasite weapons are a special class of disintegration weapons used only by the Custodians, basically in the distant past when the Emperor came to power on Terra. These things were in relatively widespread use, a disturbing relic from the dark age of technology. Upon ascendancy to the leadership of mankind, he decreed that all Adrasite weapons be yielded to him, and they've been kept under the care of the Custodians since then. Only a very small cadre of weaponsmiths are able to manufacture them for the Custodian Guard, much to the jealousy of the Adeptus Mechanicus. In-game, if you wanted to field them, they'd cost you 10 points more than a standard Custodian armed with a regular Guardian Spear, and for that investment you replace the glorified bolter of the Guardian Spear with a fairly powerful single-shot assault attack, strength AP-3 and damage 3, fairly efficient against heavy infantry and other Custodians I guess. But to be honest, since the new Custodians Codex dropped, they're really quite overcosted in-game considering they're really quite cool technological relics. Plus for some reason they didn't update the Adrasite spears to be a bit stronger, so they're only strength 6 and not strength 7 like the Guardian ones are now. So definitely not a choice made for gaming. As he said in the post, 100% for rule of cool, which you can get behind. It's not like Custodian's armies are going to be particularly struggling in game right now anyway. Their book is really quite powerful. In any case, it's really quite a special day for the hobby when a casual work in progress picture gets seen by over 1 million people on Instagram. Definitely a move that takes at least some guts. A lot of people tend to keep their regular and hobby lives kind of separate. With slightly more nerdy and niche things like Warhammer, there's just going to be quite a lot of people that see that just aren't going to be all that interested or care that much. But on the other hand, it does win you a mad amount of respect with the people who do play the game or paint. I guess it's kind of a nice way to broach the game with the uninitiated if you can point at someone and say, look, he's doing that nerdy thing that I do. Anyway, I just found it kind of interesting that that's probably Warhammer 40k's most famous work in progress shot. Let me know what you think down there in the comments.